My guests today are James Williamson. James is the campus president for the Fortis Institute here in Cookeville, one of our local higher education centers, and Steve Litteral, who is the new Dean of Nursing at Fortis. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Hey, good morning, Randy. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being on. Of course, James, you and I go back a ways with Fortis, supported Fortis for many years now. And,
right.
And Fortis has a long history in Putnam County of servicing our students and our higher education. But it wasn't always Fortis. Can you give us a little history of how it got to be where it is today?
Sure, I'll be happy to. Well, we started out in 1970 as the Cumberland School of Technology. We started out with just the Medical Laboratory Technology program. And we were Cumberland School of Technology for a number of years. I think it was sometime in the early 80s we became the Cumberland School of Medical Technology and added some additional allied health and medical technology programs. Later on, around the year 2000 or so, we became MedVance Institute, and we were MedVance Institute for 13 years. Mm-hmm. I came to Cookeville into this school in 2012, and it was at that time that we started branching out into other areas rather than just allied health and medical. We added the HVAC program in 2012. We changed our name to Fortis Institute in 2013, and then we added our truck driving program in 2014. And then now, of course, in 2019 is when we've finally added the nursing program. So we continue to grow and to add new career fields for people to pursue.
You've been great for Cookeville, Putnam County, and not just our county and city, but the whole Upper Cumberland region that you support with folks that may not be able to go to college, mm-hmm. may want to do something other than college with some of your programs. Truck driving, I mean, that's a huge thing today with all the goods and services we have being transported across the country. I hear folks that I know that own trucking companies, they have a hard time finding truck drivers. You actually train folks to drive those trucks so that they can go out and get a job afterwards. Not only that, the HVAC and all those programs.
Right. Well, you know, the only programs that, or all the programs that we offer are considered high demand or bright outlook occupations. So we look at that when we're determining whether to start a program in a specific field or not, are there jobs available? And so we've really tried to focus and make sure that we're looking at where is the demand, especially in this region. And there is a demand for truck drivers, there's the demand for nurses, there's demand for HVAC technicians, all of the medical programs that we offer. So, you know, there's shortages coming up in truck driving and nursing and other areas too.
Absolutely. Workforce development is one of my top priorities when it comes to county mayor, because we have brought in so many new jobs, about 4,200 over the last 5 years, and you have to have people to fill those jobs. And there was a point that we were telling all of our children, you've got to go to college, you've got to go to college. Well, all of a sudden now, we don't have people getting into trades. We don't have electricians mm-hmm. and plumbers and HVAC and truck drivers and all these other people. So Fortis has kind of picked up that need that there is for that kind of training to get these folks to where that we can have them to fulfill these new jobs that are coming in. I was amazed. Like I said, Fortis has been around for a long time with many different names. You're coming up on your 50th anniversary. Is that what I understood next year?
Well, yeah, we started, like I said, in 1970. So next year, 2020, will be our 50th anniversary. And we're really looking forward to that. We're proud to have been a education provider here in the Upper Cumberland, like you said, you know, all across the Upper Cumberland up into southern Kentucky, and you know, to have had that opportunity to be able to train so many people. I was looking back just recently at some of the numbers, and you know, our graduates just in the last 10 years we have over 1,500.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. And if you're listening to the show today, the show is about getting an education, whether that be a certificate or degree or whatever, and Fortis Institute is one of those places that you can go. And we're going to talk about a lot of those programs that Fortis offers today. Steve, I want to get to you. Brand new nursing program starting up at Fortis Institute.
That's correct.
And you're going to be the new Dean of Nursing.
I'm the Dean of Nursing there.
you just starting, and we've been talking off the air, moving from California to Cookeville.
Yes, I spent about a year in California, in the Irvine, California area, and I'm just not a California person, so I had to come back to my roots. Coming back from, I was born and raised in Ohio, and an opportunity, a wonderful opportunity. Basically, I look at it as almost fell into my lap.
Right.
And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the area. I'm excited for those who are going to come to our door, and we're going to help them on their journey to becoming a nurse and fulfilling that gap that's out there.
Well, we are glad you're in Cookeville. I'm glad you decided to move here and bringing your whole family. I think the moving van's going to be coming over the holidays, and we're glad you're here. Let's talk about this new nursing program. There's a huge shortage in nursing.
Right.
And Fortis has been known in the past to look at those places, their shortages, and try to develop the programs to bring those folks in so we can try to alleviate that shortage. Tell us a little bit, James, about the new program and what you're going to be doing with nursing.
Sure, I'll be happy to. Well, we did do a feasibility and market study last spring and determined, I'd heard anecdotally, from friends of mine and family members that there's a need for a nursing program.
Absolutely.
That friends of mine who were LPNs and people who had not even done any type of college were saying, I'd really like to get into nursing. I wish you guys had that program. So we decided to go ahead and check and make sure, is there a market for it? Is there going to be a need? Are the jobs there? Of course, we determined yes on all of those.
Yes.
And we've brought the program. It started off in July with our first cohort of students, and it's a 2-year program. It's an Associate of Applied Science degree program, so
Great.
RN, Associate Degree Nursing Program. Now, like I was saying, you can do the program even if you have no college credits. And that's been the first 2 terms of students that we've brought in this year. Now in January, we're going to have an opportunity where students who are LPNs, licensed practical nurses, they'll have the opportunity to transfer into our nursing program and get a block credit based on having their LPN.
Basically a bridge program.
It is a bridge program.
Our guests today are James Williamson, who is the campus president here for Fortis Institute, and Stephen Litteral, who is the new Dean of Nursing. Steve, we were talking about you just moving from California, coming here to be the Dean of Nursing for the new program that Fortis is putting on. You yourself, military veteran.
That's correct.
Give us a little history of, you've been through a program like this before, so you've got some experience with it.
I do. I started off, I got married right out of high school and joined the Air Force and spent 6 years in the Air Force as a mechanic. And so I had a friend whose mother was a nurse. He got out to become a nurse, and he's like, hey, why don't you get into nursing? And this was back in the 90s. So I said, okay, sure, why not? And I got into nursing and did my prerequisites, then went into an LPN program, did my LPN program, went right into a bridge program, got my associate's degree, and then I started working in the NICU and the newborn nursery and home care. I was telling students yesterday the age range for myself has been from 24 weeks gestation to a 101-year-old. And so I got to see all of the different ages.
All.
I have.
You saw it all. Well, we've had a nursing shortage for many years, not only just here in Cookeville, but all across the country. Cookeville Regional Hospital here is our largest employer in the county. That years ago you would never thought about that happening. You would have thought about the school system or some of the other larger employers. Over 2,400 employees they have. So everyone in the region is coming here for medical care and so forth. With this program, it doesn't make any difference if you have no experience, hadn't done any nursing education before, you can start the program. Or if you're already an LPN, you can bridge in and become an RN, is that correct?
That's correct.
So if someone wants to get into the program, what's the process they have to go through?
Well, the first step, Randy, is they need to, just contact the school. They can reach out to us, of course, by phone or through our social media, our Facebook page or Instagram. A lot of times people make contact that way
Right.
in this day and age.
In this day and age, yes.
But they can reach out to us. And the first thing we want to do is set up an appointment for our admissions department to sit down and meet with them and their family and to really talk about the career of nursing and make sure that's going to be the right fit for them. Since we do have so many other programs, we always kind of go through and make sure, is nursing going to be the right occupation? Because unlike some schools, they really declare and enroll into a specific program with our school. So we want to make sure that that's the right fit for
Going in
them.
the right fit, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of questions we ask. We try to make sure that we, find out what their interests are, what their situation's like, to make sure that they have the support at home that they're going to need to be successful through a program. Because the nursing is a very rigorous
It's
program.
tough. It is. It's tough being a paramedic for years. I know what they go through, and it's tough, but it's very rewarding. That is a very rewarding job choice, career, to be able to help people.
It is,
It
yeah.
really is. So you have a great location, sitting out on Highway 111, very visible. I know you put through a lot of students. Website, Fortis Institute,
It's www.fortis.edu.
and so if somebody wants
So-
to check out more, they can
go
to
there
your
and look.
website, or they can call.
Or they can call us, 931-526-3660.
Okay, let's talk about some of the other programs that you offer also.
Sure.
Allied Health, of course, it's kind of a broad topic. What are some of the programs that fall under Allied Health that you offer?
Some of those programs are programs like medical assisting. That's a 9-month diploma program, and our program is designed to teach people, the skills that they would need either to work in a doctor's office or clinic. We teach both front office skills, medical records, billing, insurance, that type of stuff, or back office where they're assisting with, some taking vital signs and basic skills like that, phlebotomy, EKGs, to be able to help a physician in a doctor's office.
A lot of those is specializing. Used to have a nurse that did it all.
Right.
Basically, you go to a doctor's office and you knew the one nurse and they did it all, and from the recording your vital signs through giving you medications or whatever. It's not like that anymore.
No, it's very specialized.
Very specialized. So you offer all of these different classes for them to be able to take. And do they get some kind of certificate when they finish your class?
Well, they do. I mean, that's a diploma program.
Diploma program.
But most of our programs are designed also that at the end of the program, we encourage the students to sit for the national certification in that specific field. And most of our students participate in that and are typically quite successful. In addition to medical assisting, we have a pharmacy technician program.
Very popular, by the way.
It is, and our pharmacy technician program is one of the few in the Upper Cumberland area that's programmatically accredited by ASHP, the American Society of Hospital Pharmacists. That is really significant because a lot of people don't realize that pharmacy technician is more than just counting pills or retail. We also teach the long-term care and the hospital pharmacy side of that.
That's become a growing field. My daughter's a pharmacy tech, worked at Cookeville Regional for years, and there was a time when the pharmacists basically did most of that, and the folks that kind of helped out were not really licensed, but now patients you have a pharmacist or a pharmacy tech that's going around directly to the patients or in the hospital, making sure their meds are correct and delivering meds, and it's, like you said, it's more than just filling pills.
Well, it's
or
a
putting pills
more
in the bottle
elevated
anymore.
profession these days.
It
Yeah.
really is. So there's state licensure for some of those, like pharmacy
For
tech.
pharmacy, there is state licensure, and then there's also certification available for that as well.
On the national level also. Medical technology, what's some of the classes that you offer under medical technology?
Well, we have a few different programs that would be classified under the medical technology type programs. One of those would be, the first one would probably be surgical technology. And of course, that's more than just assisting the physician during surgery. It's setting up the operating room beforehand and, establishing the sterile field. And And then, of course, assisting the physician or the surgeon during surgery,
During surgery.
surgical procedures, yeah.
Wow. Talking about Fortis Institute today and all the great programs that they offer for not only Cookeville and Putnam County, but for the Upper Cumberland region. I've got James Williamson and Steve Litteral from both from Fortis. Steve is our new Dean of Nursing. Steve, we're talking about nursing and the shortage and everything, and Fortis offering the new class here for nursing. Fortis kind of fills a void, a special void that we have. Not everybody can attend Tennessee Tech or go to one of the colleges, or maybe they're already an LPN, they're wanting to get into a bridge program. You kind of have the non-traditional students a lot of time that come to Fortis, right?
That's correct, that's correct. We have the non-traditional students, which allows us then also to have smaller class sizes, give more hands-on, as well as the instructors to have that more intimate education experience with the student. And that's some of the things that will set us aside. We'll admit 4 times a year, where in traditional schools it's usually maybe once or twice at best. So I think that helps us to stand out from the other institutions that are surrounding.
So every quarter, basically,
Mm-hmm.
People that maybe couldn't have went the previous quarter or can step up and
Well, they still have, yeah, they still have an opportunity to attend with us. And ours is, one distinction also, Randy, is that ours is what they would characterize as a direct enrollment program. So, because most nursing programs are competitive entry where you're rank ordered and you could be a great student and maybe just miss the cut.
2 or 3 and not get in the program.
Right. And so ours, as long as you meet the qualifications, it's more of a first come, first serve type of thing, entry process. You know, just making, you've got to still make the, you've got to muster the passing
make the
test
grades
scores
and all that,
that. But if you do that, then, you're going to hopefully be able to get in, and even if not then, with quarterly enrollments, have the opportunity hopefully next
More often.
Yeah.
You've got several other courses that you offer. Could you briefly run through some of those for our listeners?
Sure. Other than the ones that I spoke about earlier, we also have a radiologic technology program. That's also a 2-year Associate of Applied Science degree program that's imaging, x-rays, that type of thing. And then a medical laboratory technology Associate of Applied Science degree program that's a 2-year program. And that's more behind the scenes testing of samples and things like that in the hospitals and the clinics.
And then skilled trades.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about HVAC. Do you have other skilled trades?
We
that you
did.
offer?
Well, we talked about the HVAC program. That's a great 1-year diploma program. And then we also have, of course, our truck driving program. And we have actually a couple of different courses or programs within our truck driving school.
You know, we were talking about the trades earlier. So much construction going on in Putnam County. We have a building boom going on. And there's not enough people that are getting into those trades. So HVAC technicians are hard to find. So I'm sure most of your folks are walking into jobs when they walk out. And that's one of the things you do too, isn't it, James? You're already working with the local employers to try to get your students jobs once they get out, correct?
Well, we are, and especially when you're talking about HVAC, quite a few of our students, even while they're still in school, sometimes are able to get hired on with some of these companies and be able to work during the day and then go to the HVAC, the HVAC program at night. And that is an evening program, so that's definitely a plus there for them as well.
So you have an evening class they go to. They may be
Right.
working in the day and they'll be able to go to class at night. You got an open house coming up very soon, right?
We do. We do a traditional Christmas open house, cookies and cocoa with Santa, and that'll be coming up on December 5th from 4 to 6 p.m. We're going to have Santa Claus there, so anybody who wants to is more than welcome to bring the kids along and get their picture made with Santa free of charge.
Be a great time at Fortis. You just had a graduation, I think, didn't you?
We did last Thursday.
And I heard, I watched her on TV. I think you had one of our, as a guest speaker, you had Daphne DeLorean. Was she come up and speak to your graduation?
We did, yeah. She's so inspirational. We loved having Daphne there to speak at graduation. She has her podcast, Drop of Sunshine, and she really does bring that to any room she walks into. But it was a great message for our students about persevering through tough times, and it was very heartening to hear that message.
When you look at higher education going forward into the future, a lot of it is becoming a video and folks being able to take online courses and so forth. Where do you see Fortis in the next 10 years? Do you have a prediction as to how things are going to go when it comes to the higher education?
Well, I mean, things are changing and they are evolving, and I think there are certain types of courses that may lend themselves to more of a distance education, online education format. However, we're very focused always on hands-on skills, as Steve was mentioning earlier. We're very heavy on lab content and hands-on skills, and that's really how we find that most of our students tend to learn the best. So I don't really see that changing very much, but we have begun moving some of our general education courses like English, psychology, sociology. Those things are moving kind of online.
Well, that's good. I'm so thankful for what you do for our community and for our region. Fortis has stepped up in a lot of different areas with all these classes that you're offering to make sure that we've got the workforce that we're going to need to fill the jobs that are coming to Putnam County. Steve, it's very nice to have you move here. I'm excited about the nursing program at Fortis. I think that's going to be great, and I think it's going to fill a void with the nursing shortage that we're going to have. So, welcome to the community.
Well, thank you. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's a beautiful area, and I can't wait for my wife and daughter to be able to join us and join me and becoming a member of the community.
Well, we're glad to have you, James. As always, thank you for everything you do at Fortis. We're very proud of Fortis and the job that everyone does. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.